Let me share with you my 2022 skincare goals. I always get excited for setting goals for the upcoming new year and creating New Year's resolutions. So I am already planning what I want to do in regards to my skincare goals. For this year, my goal was to fully incorporate my tretinoin into my skincare routine and to really start listening to my skin and protecting that moisture barrier, trying very, very hard not to overdo it and irritate my skin. So I decided to really focus on basic, tested, tried and true ingredients and really simplify my routine rather than doing what I was doing before and introducing all of these different products and getting kind of confused as to what was really working for my skin. I also think that skincare is not just products. It can also include behaviors. And so that's what I'm going to be focusing more on in 2022. One thing that really does wrinkle the hell out of your face is how you sleep. And so I'm a side sleeper. With that being said, I can look forward to the crow's feet, the deep furrow between my brows. You also can experience your the lip wrinkles and marionette lines. You get lines in your chest. So it really does affect your face a lot, how you sleep, as well as if you're not elevated slightly, you can also wake up with very puffy eyes. I have known this for years, and I have really made maybe half-hearted attempts at trying to train myself to sleep on my back. It's either that or I just am not able to learn how to sleep on my back, because I've tried it several times and I always end up kind of falling off of the wagon. I know that there's nothing but positives to training myself to sleep on my back. I will start minimizing the effects of all of those wrinkles that I had mentioned. My puffy eyes, I won't wake up with as puffy of eyes. I do have eye bags, so sometimes in the morning I can wake up looking pretty haggard. And then also, if I learn how to do this technique, it's free. It's not going to cost me a dime. So my first goal is to really make an honest effort and try to learn how to sleep on my back. So if I am not able to do it from now until Christmas, so that is the time frame, which is giving me a little over a month and a half, around there. So if I can learn how to do that, that's great. If I can't, my Christmas gift for myself is going to be one of those Sleep and Glow pillows. So I've heard great things about them, and they're another option for people who do sleep on their side, that you can use this pillow and it really does help minimize the wrinkles. So I'm still accomplishing my goal, but rather than using the money that I would spend on, say, makeup, clothes, jewelry, shoes, I'm going to be getting myself a pillow for Christmas. So I'll keep you posted. Second thing I want to work on this year is not removing or attempting to remove blemishes. I am horrible about this. I always have been. And that is so bad for your skin. And I'm one who gets those very deep-seated, stubborn blemishes. Basically, I start World War III on my face. So it starts off as a little bump that you could probably barely notice. I turn it into unearthed destruction that makeup cannot hide. And then on top of that, I have to live with the mark left behind for months and months and months it takes to fade. So my approach is going to be taking what I've learned and trying to maintain my pores by using a salicylic acid wash and using that once or twice a week to keep my pores from getting congested. And that's a great maintenance thing. Now, if a blemish does pop up, then use a spot treater to address that. Don't go after it. I know that this will take patience, so wish me luck. Now, if I get a whitehead that is close to the surface, all bets are off because that sucker will be gone. I cannot stand having things looking back at me. My third goal is to commit to bumping up my sunscreen protection. So currently, I would give myself about a C. I do wear sunscreen, but I'm just not consistent with it. There are days when I go into the office and those days I'm great because it's in my skincare routine. I put my sunscreen on right before I put on my makeup and then I'm ready for the day. But if I'm working from home, that's when my skincare can kind of go sideways. I'm not one of those that puts on her makeup when I'm just at home. But regardless of whether I'm going into the office or not, I still have to drive my son to school. So if I'm working from home, a lot of times I roll out of bed, put my flip-flops on, and head out the door. And the sun is, coming up at that point. So I am getting blasted by all of its glory. And here I am without my sunscreen. My resolution is going to be, regardless, every day, first thing I do is put sunscreen on. Even if I don't leave the house, at least I have my sunscreen on. And another thing that I have to consider is reapplying. Now, again, when I go into the office, I will use a powdered sunscreen. And this is good for touch-up. It's not necessarily a good option for your first application because you may not be getting the full coverage, the full protection that you need. But if you're reapplying, especially if you have a full face of makeup, those powders are nice for that purpose. So I always reapply my sunscreen before going for my walk midday. So I do reapply at that point. Again, if I'm at home, I really don't do that. So what I have to do is get in the habit of, if I'm going outside, if I have to leave the house for whatever reason, go ahead and as I'm collecting things, my purse, my shoes, everything else, go ahead and add that added layer of protection before I leave the house. My hope is that by adding these modifications, behavioral modifications, I will see an improvement in my complexion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I hope you have a great day.